Hey, what up, y'all? This is Ladies with Keke. My name is Dana B.
And I'm Cassie J. We figured
Yes, we are now on Zoom.
it. I just want to say
Hey, hey. A little TikTok dance.
Listen.
Y'all, so we figured it out. We like the Zoom situation right now. We ain't got to worry about the video cutting for no reason.
Hopefully.
But let's hope and pray. But here we are here to bring you Real Housewives of Potomac. The 5 episode 9. The tipping point is what it's called.
And it really was.
And
the
yes,
tipping point.
Was a good episode.
Listen, we finally got an episode that was worth watching.
Yes, it was
finally.
It was so good. It was so good that the
hour went
by fast. It went by fast because sometimes you're watching the show, it's like, oh my God, it's not over yet.
You're like, so we 15 minutes in?
You know? So, can you hear my air? Because this thing just cut on. It is loud.
You still got the air? Yeah, still trying to have the air on.
Yeah, it was
get hot at night for some reason.
It was really humid today because it was raining, so it was just like,
yes. That rain came out of nowhere and scared me.
Hold on one second. Let me turn this on.
Did she just get up in the middle of our video? Get up.
Sorry. Is it gonna come off?
And she's still looking. Why are you messing with the air?
Because it's annoying. I can hear it. It's like right here and it's loud. So if you can't hear it, then I'm fine.
No, all I hear is the fan on my computer.
Okay, well, let's keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. All right, so
back to the regularly scheduled program.
It was a quick little in and out. That's all it was. Anyway, so episode 9 starts off. It's the fight continues.
We didn't think they was gonna show the fight for a minute. Actually,
they showed the fight. I watched this fight clip.
Hair pulling and all.
I saw this fight clip so many times because I watched it on Wendy Williams. I saw it on so many different other platforms.
Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah. And one thing, Monique would not let go.
She wouldn't. They was like, let her hair go. Let her hair go. And she was just like this.
One thing I will say, I don't know if it was a weave or a wig.
It was
It was a what?
It was a wig because she said, "Is my hair still on?" It was a wig. I seen a girl do an Instagram video about like the glue or whatever that holds it, and she had her kids pulling her hair. She was laying on the floor and the kids was pulling her hair. It is a glue that will hold your hair that good.
Whatever product that Candace has used during that fight, honey, that hair did not go because Monique was like literally on that
yanking.
Thing. But yeah, so yeah, the fight broke out. They finally separate Monique from everybody. One of the producers put Monique in the
stairway
room. Yeah, and then Candace was still there.
Now let's talk about the fight first. The fight, to me, I said I wasn't mad at Candace. I wasn't mad at Monique for the fight initially because, okay, you got Candace over here doing all this extraness and she's doing all this. Monique was rather calm. She was just kind of like, okay, girl, okay, all right, okay. Over here, she's over here. Now, Candace is over there. But then she's like this. Now, Monique is standing here.
There's a table. She can't go nowhere. She's at the table.
She's right here. She's not moving. Candace is just running her mouth and she's just. And then she makes the comment, what are you gonna do now, huh? You getting mad, huh? You're gonna drag me? Okay.
That's what happened.
Like, that is like a triggering thing for some people. Not for everybody. Now, some people, you go get in the comment section, you're probably gonna be like, no, you should be able to contain yourself. You shouldn't be able to do that. Now, you're probably one of them people that doesn't apply to you. Like, somebody said it to you and you're gonna be like, whatever, you can walk off. But other people, those kind of comments will provoke you to be like, Yes, I am gonna drag you. Yes.
Exactly.
And that's what happened. And it was just like, she was flipping her hair. And then next thing you know,
it was a with the hair, and then
and then Candace throws her drink in her face. And it just amazed me how you have this alcohol running down your face. And I know it got in your eyes. And it was like, she just kept going.
I mean, she said herself, she was like, I blanked out. Like, I don't know
She
what
did.
happened.
She was just.
So my thing is, because after they finally get Monique off,
They're separated.
Candace
is still running her mouth.
She really is.
Ghetto.
Yeah, this hood rat, this hood rat bitch. My thing is, and that's when like Giselle
and RHOP
were basically blaming Monique. I do not see that this is only on. I see both of them are equally at fault for this fight. Yes. Because at the end of the day, Candace wants to say, you know, she was.
I talk a lot, but there was.
I run my mouth, but violence. At the end of the day, you were an equal participant.
You can't antagonize people.
You may not want to fight. However, you were still running your mouth as if you was ready to fight.
Don't run up on people.
What you gonna do? You gonna drag me? Yeah, I am.
Yeah, today was the day. Like they say, you gonna learn today? Well, she learned today.
So yeah, so Monique was in the stairwell. One thing about Karen, I like Karen. I've always liked Karen because I thought she's funny. But I like how she handled herself with this, because she was like, they were equally at fault. I'm gonna go check on my friend.
Right.
Because
she went to go check on Monique.
So she went to go check on Monique, and Monique was telling the producer, like, well, she was running her mouth, so she got handled. It is what it is. It was
because she was still out there yelling at her. Like, it wasn't, okay, in that moment, you don't got attacked. I would have been like, oh my God, I can't believe this girl just hit me. Like, did this just happen? Like, I'm ready to go. Like, for me, I would have been like, I'm ready to go. No, I'm done. No, I'm done. But you still yelling. You still antagonizing her because you over here calling her names out her name. And all
bitch, you hood rat bitch. So Monique's still hearing this in the stairwell.
Like, let me get back out there. Because she wants some more.
Because the producer would not allow her out of the stairwell. So she went up the back way. I don't know how, but she went the back way.
I'll go around you. Don't worry about it.
At this point, production's trying to get Candace to leave. Like, you got to go. She's like, well, I got to leave.
And she still don't want to leave.
For your safety, you got to go. So Monique goes around the back way, and she's still trying to run up on Candace, because she is not done.
No.
And, all the other ladies, like Giselle, Robin, Wendy, they're just like, oh my God,
I can't believe she's acting like this. Like, who does this? Like, this is just appalling. This is just, At
the end of the day, I feel like they're both at fault. And for Candace to say how, because when she went in the car, she also called her husband, and she was crying to him like, I talked shit.
Trying to fight me.
Like, yeah, you can't. I don't like that. I really don't like that. If you want to talk as much shit as she was talking, because she was talking a lot of shit.
She was.
Be ready for them hands. You better have them hands to match up with it. And for her to think, oh, that's so ghetto, that's so this. At the end of the day, ma'am, even if the fight didn't occur, the physical altercation did not occur, you were still acting ghetto and hood rat. What are you gonna drag me? What are you gonna do? That's ghetto too. Yeah. So it's like, you were asking for it. I don't condone violence. No, I don't condone violence. I'm not one to fight anyone.
However,
if you're talking all that shit as she was talking, again, I saw this fight multiple times to make sure. It's like you can't talk all that shit and then play victim. It doesn't work that way, because you are a willing participant. As you were saying, Cassie, she was back here, and Monique's right here.
She like literally backed up from the table.
Closer to Monique.
And she came all the way back to the table. You walked away from the table with your antics.
Right, doing twirls and being all dramatic to come close enough to be in her face with, of course, the tables in between y'all two. And so it's like, no, you are a willing participant. Don't play victim because you got hit. Sorry. It doesn't work that way.
I
if
just
you're
feel
not
like
about that life, if you're not a violent person, you don't like to fight, then maybe you need to, come up with another way to communicate with others.
yeah, I was gonna say that because you look at somebody like Giselle. You wouldn't see Giselle doing that, going that far with somebody. Like she's just not. She's gonna event like she's gonna shut it down. Okay, well I'm just gonna shut this conversation down. Like I'm just gonna go ahead and end this. I'm gonna go ahead and walk, or she's gonna walk off. She's gonna do something because she knows she does not want to get physical with somebody. And then also the fact that if you really felt like she's ghetto and she's a hood rat, this, that, and the third, then you know that that's something that she's capable of. You know that's something that she's more likely to do.
Right.
So it's just like, don't entertain someone that you know that they are capable of popping off at any moment. Just I'm not gonna have a certain conversations with people like that because I just know how they are possibly gonna act. Like I just I have friends that I know they act up, and I just know, girl, you can't talk. Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna be in their face. But
yeah,
you gonna drag me? You gonna drag me?
Like, girl, what you gonna do, girl? What you gonna book? I'm like, this bitch, she just came back. You know she crazy.
You hit me. What did you expect? I don't condone
violence. And like I said, I'm not saying that it was right, but it's
right.
You know that's them.
It is what it is. So y'all both were at fault. It was not just on Monique, and it was just not on Candace. Both of y'all are at fault equally for that altercation.
You know that y'all can't. You're not the type that just exchange words.
Right. Well,
and y'all been arguing for a while, and I mean, it just.
Now the fight itself was dumb. There was no real reason to fight each other.
No, there was no reason for y'all to put y'all hands on each other. There was no reason for that.
I feel like Monique was just completely done with.
She was just tired
and she was done with Candace.
It was a boiling point for her.
Her mouth.
Yeah, it was a boiling point for her. Like she just reached.
It was a straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. And she said that it was because she put that on the shelf. Maybe we shouldn't do that.
It was the box
on the shelf.
It fell off. The box fell off finally for her.
It fell and spilled everywhere.
And that was what it looked like. The box fell. So, because you could tell when she got in the car and she called her husband, she was just like, yeah, we just got into a fight. And he was like, that's embarrassing. She was like, embarrassing for who?
He was like, not at all. She was like,
he was like, she's like, I'm good in these streets. Like,
no regrets. Because she was like, it was because she run her mouth too much. So we'll see if she learned from this. This is a learning experience. Stop running your mouth if you ain't about that life. And it's okay. If you're not about that fighting life, then maybe you shouldn't be as provoking. Because you do run your mouth as if you're about that life.
And that's what Ashley said when she came back. Because Ashley was like, what's going on? What happened? And Monique was just like, she was just running her mouth, and she was just like, you gonna drag me. This, she said, okay, so she was just running her mouth like usual.
Right, she was egging you on. Okay, so it's clear from after this fight, it's like Karen is not picking sides. Ashley-ish kind of on Monique's side because she realized how annoying Candace is. Giselle, Wendy, and Robin are on Candace's side.
On Candace's side.
Right, so that was the fight. That was the big fight.
Yes.
That they've been, leading up to. So the next day, everyone's happy, reflecting on what happened. Wendy was talking about something.
I forgot.
She was saying something. Wendy, I didn't like how she kind of put a little 2 cents in it. She was saying how, that's the reason why she was so distraught on the fight. Yeah, the fight was unfortunate. Don't get me wrong. It was unfortunate. Because it wasn't really warranted on anything. It's like, However, for her to say, oh my God, this is why Black people, or she say Black people, but this is why we don't have a seat at the table because of this action.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like that type of narrative. I don't like the narrative of Black on Black crime. That's not true. All races fight each other.
Everybody fights, everybody. There's nothing that one race does that another race doesn't do. Exactly. It might be more common in another race than another one, but
And the fact that she thinks that, oh, because they have the physical altercation, and it's like, what, y'all, even before it led to the physical altercation, they were gonna think that you were ghetto and, you know, hood rat, regardless of the fact that y'all were yelling at each other.
I was like, because y'all was sitting there arguing and yelling, right?
Nothing really. And so it's like, well, I just didn't like that narrative, like how, oh, when Black people fight, oh my God, this is why they don't want Black people here. White people fight all the damn time.
She was acting like, okay, you just set us back 500 years.
Right. And it's like, no, that is a false narrative. White people fight all the
Jerry
time.
Springer. Real Housewives of New Jersey. Every other Real Housewives franchise, they fight.
Right. But
even the Beverly Hills.
Oh my God, white people. Oh my God. Like, they don't have that type of narrative. So it's like
Beverly Hills, the rich ones, they be out there fighting too.
I don't think that, well, Beverly Hills, I don't think I remember any physical. I know
they
New
be
Jersey
fighting.
Got into physical. New Jersey got into a physical altercation.
Yeah, Jersey definitely fights.
Yeah. So after, I mean, overall, it's a bad situation, period. Regardless if they're Black, white, purple, or green, it's a bad situation, period.
We're just not supposed to.
Candace, she was talking to her husband about the situation. Yeah. And she was saying how her, you know, her forehead is still hurting after the fight. And now this is the one part I was like, well, she kind of has a point, because she was saying, like, they were like asking, well, why did I even fight? She was like, I don't know. And because she has apologized to Monique multiple times, and yes, she did.
They showed
like, yeah. My thing is, Candace, you can't negate the fact that you were also running your mouth. The fact that you make it, she makes it seem as if she was just standing there, and then I don't know where
she just came and attacked her.
You know what I mean? Like, no, you played a part in this. You were participating in this. Of course, you didn't think it would go physical, but
right. She doesn't understand why Monique is still upset, or why Monique still harbors any kind of ill feelings toward her. That just feels like she just feels like her friend betrayed her. And if their relationship was as close as they were making it seem, like I said yesterday, it's just, okay, me and you have a close friendship. It's gonna hurt me more if you do something versus if the girl next door, who I barely know, does it. Because it's like, she don't owe me nothing, but you do. So it's just, you betrayed my trust, and I did not expect that from you because you're my friend.
Yeah.
Now, granted, some of us might look at it and be like, okay, girl, I mean, how long you gonna hold on to this?
Right.
Especially since, like you said, the girl apologized multiple times, as they showed, but we can't say how long somebody's grieving process is, or how long it takes somebody to get over something. I mean, she ain't over it yet, but you can't keep holding on forever now, honey. And you can't keep, like, it's almost, it comes off like you want somebody to beg you. Like, when you keep doing that and you keep like throwing it up and you keep making them feel like, girl, every time you see me, you need to like bow down, because you know you hurt my feelings. Girl, I mean, I'm not gonna bow down to you now. I don't apologize a couple times now. I'm not gonna just bow down every time I see you like you're the queen. I'm not doing that.
Right.
And it just, that's how it's coming off at this point, because I've apologized to you. I don't know what else to do. And then you won't even tell me, I mean, what do you want from me at this point?
Yeah. Like we said before, like, I mean, yeah, I wish that they did have a conversation before they kept like sweeping it under the rug. Sometimes you gotta stop sweeping things under the rug, because
or putting it on the shelf.
A real issue. And truly, Giselle did mention that while they were talking, she was like, well, what's the real issue? Because it's obviously more than just one person's sleep. And like, what's the real core? Not just, oh, she did this, she did that. Those are petty. What's the core issue between y'all two? And that's when I see Monique is now a little bit more at fault than Candace. Not in the fight itself, no, but in their rift of their friendship, I feel like Monique is a little bit more at fault, because she's not really explaining as to why she's really upset. especially when Candace did apologize. And Monique at first said, I appreciate that apology for not inviting Sharice. But obviously, Monique is still harboring that. But when she apologized, she said she appreciated it. So it's just like, what else do you want from me? Blood? Like,
she should have communicated at that moment when she said, I appreciated it. She should have said, I appreciate that, but you know, I still need a little time to get over it or to deal with it. But because you did not do that, it's coming off like.
So yeah, I feel like now that it's become physical, there's no turning back. They're no longer gonna be friends. What was something that was small and petty has now grown into a whole mountain, and there's no moving that.
Yeah, I mean,
it is unfortunate they did fight, but here we are.
Right. I
don't blame, regarding that fight. I don't blame one person
more than the other. Right.
They're both equally wrong for that fight. Regarding their relationship, I do place the blame a little bit more on Monique than I do Candace, because Candace did apologize. So
I blame Monique for holding on to it and not explaining to her what she can do to move forward in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
If Candace did intentionally do this to hurt her, then you're at fault for that.
Right.
And I mean, that's just where we are.
Never know until hopefully the reunion, but we know,
right.
Hopefully the reunion, we get some resolution. I doubt it. I feel like,
I don't even know if Monique gonna come.
She should. She has to, don't she? Because is she obligated?
You don't gotta come.
Yeah. What's your contracting obligations? They gotta come to the reunion.
They ain't gotta come. And if she do come, I don't mean she gotta answer nothing.
True. Hopefully the reunion, there's some clarity. Hopefully. All right. So Karen celebrates Ray's birthday. She wants to make a dinner for him, but she's like, I don't really cook like that, so let me hire a chef. And so while they're waiting for the chef to come, she was saying how, all right, I know we're not gonna do therapy, but we're gonna talk to a life
another word for therapy.
Right, same thing. Yeah. We're a life coach. Let's talk about relationships because we're not where we are. And truthfully, Ray, at that time, he was like, well, I feel neglected. That's it. He's telling you what he's needing, but sometimes you need someone else so you can hear it. You know what I mean? And so she was giving Ray the 411, I should say, on what happened.
Yes.
I love Ray's reaction to some of the things that she was telling him. She was saying that she blames both women for the fight.
Right.
And she was telling Ray about the whole Michael situation.
Yeah, he was like,
Ray's reaction made me laugh.
He was like, okay.
No, because he was like, so he couldn't sleep with the woman.
He's like, but what about the man?
Right. And he was like, basically he couldn't sleep with the woman because he liked men.
Right. He was like, but what about the man?
That's what he was getting to, but Karen stopped it before it got there.
She was like,
right.
Ray, let's not be messy today.
Right. That's exactly what happened. So a private chef comes to help his birthday dinner. It was like Chilean sea bass or an Asian spin on it. It looked good, honestly.
It did. It was nice because she said, cooking is not my forte, but I want to make the effort for you.
Right.
And that was her way of trying to show him, like, I do love you and I'm willing to do anything to make this work because I love you. So she did. And it came out nice. And he appreciated it.
So then next scene, Monique gives her side of the story to Chris. Chris was really saying that, he's embarrassed. This is embarrassing.
Right. It was a shame, and you should feel ashamed.
She's like, I don't. But he's like, well,
I do.
For you, like, especially him being like a professional athlete and all the business ventures, not a good look for your wife to be
out here fighting.
Yeah, so.
And it still go back to what he said to her the last episode when he was like, I feel like this was petty and I feel like y'all need to work this out. That was not what he meant by work it out.
Not with them pause. Now, Monique is saying, well, I was defending myself. I don't see where she was actually defending herself because she was not in no type of danger. But okay, girl, okay. My mama told me
this is
don't
the
start
problem because this is how Monique, this was her perception of the fight. She said she threw the glass at her, and that is when she grabbed her. She does not realize that she already was holding her when she threw the glass.
That made her throw the glass, and then that's when you whop on her. I thought she had a close, but she didn't. She had an open hand. She went on the head.
Because it was like she didn't realize, she remembers flipping her hair, but she doesn't realize that she had grabbed her at that same time, because that's the last thing she remembered. What she said was flipping her hair. So that's the last thing she remembers. So in her mind, she was like, I was just flipping her hair, and then she threw a glass at me.
Right, but that ain't what happened.
There was like, girl, that ain't what happened. Now this is the thing. Yeah, that's not what happened, but you can't get upset with her for her perception. That's what she remembers. All you can do is just show her, no, baby, that's not what happened. But you can't get upset. That's what she remembers.
Right. Honestly, it did happen fast. It did happen really fast. I had to watch the scene multiple times.
It was like,
what's going on?
This is what's happening.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. That's why I think that's the reason why she's not really embarrassed as much, because she just feels like
she was defending herself.
Right. I didn't do anything wrong. She hit me and I hit her back. And it was like, no, girl, you yanked her up.
Yes, you did.
And you were trying to drag her through that table, not over the table, through that table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're yelling at you, let her go. And you was not trying to let her go. You was trying to yank her scalp off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think maybe if they play that footage back for her, it'll change her perception and it'll change her feelings. And she might be a little more remorseful. A little bit, not a lot. I think she'd be a little bit.
I don't think so. I feel like, because she kept saying Candace runs her mouth. So it was about time she get clocked up in the mouth. So it's like, I feel like she's not going to be remorseful whatsoever because she feels justified.
I think she will be a little bit knowing that what you thought happened did not happen. You hit her first.
I still don't feel like she will be remorseful, even if we give her that on the silver platter. This is what happened.
You hit her. I'm not saying that she's not going to take back that. No, I still feel warranted. Because she's running her mouth. But it's like, you can stop telling the story that she hit you.
Right, true. But
so now what is your reason?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. You're just gonna rely on she was running her mouth, so we're gonna stick with that. Got it.
Yeah. So Giselle is now in Atlanta for the relaunching of the restaurant. I found it very weird, but I kind of found it kind of weird that she's in a hotel instead of at his house. Your man.
Her reasoning was that he don't keep food in the refrigerator. You can't go to the grocery store.
She says that the girls will feel more comfortable because the girls are not fully comfortable where they are. So until they are comfortable with the parents' new relationship back together, like it is best for us to be in a hotel. I found that weird, but I guess that's rich people's problems.
No.
But
their relationship period is weird to me.
You know what, this episode helped me realize why the girls don't like him so much.
They treat him more like a stepdad than
it makes more sense now when we get to that
part, right?
That was a good one. So the girls and Giselle have a breakfast with her dad. And so she tells her dad that her and Jamal are back together.
Well, they're working on their relationship. Because she didn't come right out, because she still didn't come right out and tell him we're together and we're working on establishing our relationship again.
Okay. So she knows that the dad isn't the biggest fan of Jamal, but and the fact that the dad didn't come to the first wedding because he was so against Jamal, because while Jamal and Giselle were engaged, he was cheating.
Right.
The dad wasn't feeling it, so he was like, I'm not supporting this marriage. I ain't coming.
So he didn't show up.
Right. So he didn't show up. So now that they're working things out.
Trying
He says,
again.
yeah, he's saying that he's supportive.
No,
And if
he didn't say he was
what?
supportive. He said, I want you to be happy.
Well, that kind of means
That's two different things.
he wants Giselle to be happy, and he's willing to walk her down the aisle if they get married again.
Yes.
Okay. So
he said he'll be there this time and he wants her to be happy. We have to say these words very carefully because of what comes up later. It's very important that we.
Well, I guess when I was first seeing it, I thought, okay, dad's being supportive. Okay, cool.
You're right. Initially, I was with you. I agree. I thought that I was like, okay, great. Maybe dad's done got older and he's like, life is too short. I don't have much time left. I don't need to be angry. If my daughter's happy, I'm happy. I support you. We're great.
Right. So Ashley and Michael, they have a little chit chat.
A post-nup. Because she's like, if you're going to cheat on me again, I need to make sure that me and Dean are taken care of.
Yes.
And Michael's still looking at her like, what?
Well, he did say, he said he agreed to, okay, as long as you're happy. Because and it's funny because he was, at first she was like, I think we need to discuss a post-nup because all the things that happened. And so he was like, yeah, I want to make sure that never happens again. And she was like, well, it shouldn't happen in the first place because you were married, like, that. But he's like, yeah, I understand for real now.
No, you should.
It'll never happen again. But he agreed for the post-nup, which is good. And I hope
she had did the prenup thing for him to prove that I'm not with you for your money.
Right. They had like 5 years. After 5 years, was it, or 4 years?
It was 5 years.
5 years, basically, the prenup is no longer valid.
Right.
But this post-nup basically saying, okay, if you cheat on me
and
I leave you, I get this, that, and the third. She said, I don't know what that looks like yet, but I'm happy that you're open to it. So that's a good thing. I'm happy that he's willing to do the post-nup. And he's like, yeah, I'm never going to do this again. I'm not going to cheat on you. So I'm glad that Ashley was like, well, if you do, I want to make sure I'm good. Me and the baby good. So that's smart on her.
She's securing her bag.
I know that's right. You better secure that bag.
You're getting some money.
Especially when he out in the hotels with talking about he got a boyfriend and everything else like that.
What straight man says that even jokingly?
Well, he did say that I don't know. For me, Michael just getting the creeps. And he was like saying like, because Ashley asked him like, what changed? Like, why are you now? Why did this even happen? Basically.
Right.
And so he was saying how basically we got the baby, our sex life is not really there. We're not having as much fun. He wants that whole threesome lifestyle.
He wants that old thing back.
Yeah, but it's like, sir, for one, grow up.
You are married. You're a married man with a family now. You can't.
Well, this is like his second marriage, ain't it?
He had the young girl in the young life. Yeah. Yes.
And he wants that. It's like, sir, you are not old.
But you the one that was saying that you wanted kids. Like you knew, come on. You knew what you signed up for.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
You want the family life. The family life doesn't come with that fast, fun life that you're wanting.
She don't want no nanny raising her baby. That's the only way that you could have that. If she had some nanny just sitting there raising the baby 24/7, so y'all can just go out and do whatever you want to do. That ain't what she wants.
Right. So I'm happy that he agreed on the post-nup and that she's happy with that. So Giselle and the girls take a tour of the restaurant.
No.
And,
oh yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, Giselle and the girls take a tour of the restaurant, and they're like, the ins and outs and stuff of the restaurant that they own. The production asked Giselle though, like, how many kids does Jamal have? And she said, I'm not going to speak on any kids I did not give birth to. It's not fair for the kids. It's not fair to the mothers. Which is true, which is fair. It makes me kind of wonder though. It's like, yeah, he did this for his kids with
these three.
I wonder what he did with the other kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And honestly, do you feel like it would be as fair if he did something similar with the other kids too?
You mean if he did not do?
If he did.
If he bought them restaurants too?
Yeah.
Would it be fair?
Or no, I'm sorry. Would it be fair if he did not? I'm sorry, you're right. If he did
Oh, I'm
not.
about to say.
Right. If he did not, do you feel like it would be fair for the other kids? I'm kind of when I thought about this question, I'm like, well, I don't know, because if he had these kids while Giselle was married, like the mothers knew.
That's still not fair to the kids. It's not the kids' fault.
But the mother, I mean, here's the thing though. It's like if I have an affair with a married man and now I'm pregnant, do I expect the same type of treatment? You know what I mean? With my kid?
I mean, I expect you to be a good father to the child. It's not the child's
I
fault.
get the good father-ish part. I don't know.
It's complicated because it's like, I get what you're saying. It's not right that, because as a child, the thought of seeing my siblings get things that I'm not getting, and it's like, so mama, it's your fault that I'm getting screwed.
Kind of ish.
Yeah, it's like, not just mama's fault. It's mama and daddy's fault. It's y'all fault that I'm getting screwed because you slept with a man that was married. It's gonna create a problem for a child potentially.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a complex because it's like they're gonna have a complex toward their mama, their daddy, and their siblings.
Yeah.
Even though it's not the kids' fault, it's not their siblings' fault that, you know, their daddy is doing stuff for them and not for them, but it's just it's gonna create a problem. So
don't be having kids with married men.
Don't be sleeping with married men, period.
True.
Let alone children.
If you do, don't get pregnant. Because your kids will not have the same privileges.
Abort mission. Just abort it.
So Karen is now having the life coach lady at the house. And I think this is a really good conversation.
It kind of hurt my feelings a little bit at the end.
With Ray?
Yeah.
And so her name is Angela, the life coach lady, therapist-ish. She does a show called Pillow Talk Radio or something like that. And so she asked them, what annoys you Karen about Ray? She says that Ray snores. Ray's like, well, I'm asleep. I can't help that.
Out of all the things, that's what you picked?
Yes, Ray, what annoys you about Karen? Ray said again, I feel neglected. Her business is now taking over and I'm not getting no love. Like, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't cook for me. Like I want to feel like you're doing something for me. Exactly.
Right.
But when she was cooking, that was because the kids were home. She was cooking for the kids, but she's not doing nothing for me, making me a priority. And I feel neglected. And I was like, well, there you go, right there.
There's your answer.
He's telling you why he feels.
And what can make it right.
Right. Why everything feels off. That's the main issue. He feels neglected. Karen says, she was like, well, ask me that question. Well, no. She says, she says that Ray no longer dates her. Like, you know, I want to feel like I want to feel wanted. I want to feel like butterflies. You know, when you're dating, you're flirting. It's like those are the best times, honestly.
That's the good times.
Yes, it is, honey. That's when the honeymoon phase, as they say. And so she'll feel like, you know, I don't feel like you're not dating me. You're not wanting me. I want that. I want that type of energy again. Because she still wants Ray. Because I still love you. I'm still in love with you. That's when the therapist,
the life coach asked Ray, well, are you still in love with Karen? And he was like, I think I am.
Yeah. Because
he said he loves her.
Right.
But as far as being in love, which if you don't know, loving somebody and being in love with somebody is two different things.
I feel like they've been married for so long, they've been together for so long, and it's like the transition, married, kids, now empty nesters.
Empty nesters, right.
Now what we doing? Like, who are you? You know?
Because they asked her, they was like, he said, well, how do you know that you're in love with me? And she was like, because I think about you every day, everything that I do, I think of you, like you're in everything that I do. And he was like, well,
I think about you all every
right.
day.
He was like, I think about you, right? And she was like, no, you don't get it. It's not. I just think that time has passed. Like I said, I think that he loves her with everything he has in him. I think he loves her, but I just don't think that he's in love with her. I don't think that he's not capable of falling back in love with her. If he wants to, he's just going to have to work.
They both will, because
they're going to have to work together.
He literally said, what he needs, I need more attention from
you. A priority again.
I need you to date me again.
Yeah.
So there you go. Voila.
If they do that, then the magic will come back, and then he'll feel the love again.
They have to get to know each other again now that the kids are gone, because when kids are there, that's all your life is. Kids. So now that they're empty nesters, it's like, okay, who are you again? Like, let me reintroduce myself. Yeah, let me reintroduce myself and then go from there. So I like the fact that they did have a therapy session situation so that they're able to talk, because now they know what they need to work on. And so now it's time to put in that work.
Right.
So that was good. So the last final scene is the reopening of the restaurant. And, the girls are working, doing little,
which was good.
Yeah, getting their feet wet in their business. So Jamal and Giselle and the father are all at the table. The father left the table.
He said he's gonna go to the restroom.
Right. And that's what you call the next scene is a hot mic moment.
Yeah.
Where you hear everything that he really feels.
You don't look
in their case, he was saying how he's supportive, I want my daughter to be happy. And then as soon as he was at the table, he tried to take that mic off. He was saying, I give it 6 to 8 months.
He was like, this is the biggest mistake that she's making. She does not need to be with him. He got, what, 6 or 7 baby mamas.
Yes, because before, Giselle was not going to admit how many kids Jamal has, but the dad don't let us know he got 6 or 7 baby mamas.
That means you got at least 6 to 7 kids. At least.
But we don't know if the mothers have multiple.
Honestly, children.
If the mothers do have multiple kids, I'm not getting back with that. And truthfully, the father gave us some more information, or for me at least, insight as to why the kids are so anti-mom and dad getting back together. Because
she Giselle, in the whole time and having kids the whole time.
Because Giselle seems like, oh yeah, he's a cheater, pumpkin eater. He likes to hide his salami. No, he was a hoe. Your husband, the pastor, was a hoe. 6 to 7 baby mamas? No wonder the kids don't want y'all back together.
This is the person that y'all are trusting to lead churches.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of pastors are hoes.
I'm just saying though, but this is people I understand pastors are humans too.
There is no perfect church. There is no
perfect pastor. I understand pastors are humans too. However,
you gotta fight them temptations.
You can't be trying to pass judgment or counsel me if you out here fucking everybody. Thank you.
The whole congregation having children, unprotected sex with the whole congregation. No wonder, because I was kind of puzzled, why the kids are so anti.
That's what I'm saying. Together. You treat him more like a stepdad than your dad.
How is it that your daughter? This is what you're teaching your daughters now, and they're like, "Mom, really? This is what we're doing? You're going back with him?
You can't find nobody else? Nobody."
Sometimes the kids got more common sense than the mom. I mean, the heart wants what the heart wants.
So, Mom, you telling me ain't nobody else interested in you?
Well, I remember in the other previous episodes, she was talking to somebody, and there was do you trust anyone other than Jamal? No. With the kids, you know what I mean? All these, are you ever going to love another man like you did Jamal? Some type of thing. It's I get it that y'all, they have been divorced for 12 years. So I get it. Me myself personally, I could not forgive.
I understand where you're coming from. Me personally, I wouldn't, but I get where you're coming from.
At the end of the day, I hope that he does not make her look foolish. Hope that he has stopped with all of that. And I
So
hope
do you believe that a hoe can be reformed?
Yeah, you can turn it. Yeah,
You turn a hoe into a house husband?
Yeah, rarely.
Being real hesitant on this, Dana.
Yeah, because you never say never. You know what I mean? Never say never. Does that normally happen? No. Once a hoe, always a hoe. But hey, I wish them the best. I hope that he does. He is faithful.
Right.
And that, he does do right by his girls.
That's the most important thing, that you do right by your daughters.
You know what I mean? Because you're teaching them, even though you're not teaching them indirectly, you're teaching them.
They're learning by observing.
Honestly, they seem like they have more common sense than their mama, because they're like, really, mom?
Because they're not trying to deal with him at all. They're like,
they love their father. They just don't love their father and mother together because of what he did to the mom.
But the way it's seeming like when they're together they don't even seem like they want to be bothered with their dad when they're on film, on camera. They're like, no, Daddy, I'm good. Please leave us alone.
Yeah, because it's always them with the mom.
Because they're together.
That is uncomfortable for them, because it's just like,
let's not do the family stuff. Let's not try to do this one big happy family thing.
Yeah, because we're not there. They're not there. It's just,
oh gosh.
But yeah, so that father had a good old hot mic moment. He said how he really felt, because that's not what he was saying in their face. So
I want to say, I wonder if he will ever tell her that.
Probably not. Probably not. It's like, my daughter's happy. She's gonna be happy. This is what you want. I mean, she's an adult, so it's like, well, hey, if you're happy, I'm happy. But
okay.
He was basically like, hell no, this is a joke.
But you just told her that you was gonna walk her down.
You know what I mean? But thanks, Dad, for, giving us the tea on what's really going down.
The real tea.
Yes. But yeah, this was a good episode. This was a really good episode.
This was a good episode. It looks like next week is gonna be good. So
yeah.
We'll see.
They're going to basically blame Monique again about the situation. I feel like
they're going to do a intervention for Monique.
Yeah, they didn't have the same conversation with Candace, because she was equally at fault.
They're not, because it's like majority of the group does not blame Candace, so therefore they're not going to.
Which I find it weird, because they say that because Monique is the one that started through the first.
She started the fight, right?
So she grabbed, it became physical when Monique grabbed it. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's not as if Monique walked to her. Candace walked to Monique. So it's like,
I'm over them. I'm over them when it comes to that situation.
I feel like they're both at fault. It's not just on Monique on this, and it's not just on Candace. Both of them are equally at fault, just as Karen said. They equally egged each other on. Period.
Right.
So, well, yeah, girl.
But everybody,
we got our review on Zoom. Y'all don't understand how excited we were when we figured this thing out.
Because at first it wasn't working.
Right, because
we was aggravated.
Right, so it's like, oh, we can't do it on the phone. So we're back. You can see both of us. And we will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye.